In this module, and indeed throughout the course, you've been getting to know yourself intimately. When you looked at your thoughts and you got to know your inner voices, which made you feel less than what you really are. When you looked at your limiting core beliefs that held you back. When you looked at your emotions and started to accept both the pain and the pleasure. This was all part of getting to know ourselves intimately. Now, what can happen is as we start letting go of these old core beliefs, as we start letting go of our thoughts that don't serve us, as we start facing our fears, as we start falling into the pain instead of running away from it, we are effectively letting go of an old identity and we are starting to become a new identity. And this transition creates a lot of discomfort and possibly even a sense of chaos. Now, this is best described through the analogy of the caterpillar who becomes a butterfly. If we look at this analogy, the caterpillar prior to transformation simply consumes and consumes. Now within the caterpillar are imaginal cells which are lying dormant, waiting to activate. Whilst in caterpillar form, these cells are fought by its immunity system. Now when the caterpillar starts the process of transformation in its chrysalis, the imaginal cells begin to cluster and become active. Within this chrysalis loop, there seems to be no order, only chaos as the new creature begins to take shape. But eventually, the butterfly emerges. And what does the butterfly have that the caterpillar didn't have? Perspective, as it flies off on its new journey. Now, as we go through our transformation, we too go through this gloop stage as we let go of our old limiting belief systems, face our fears, accept all our emotions, including our pain, instead of hiding from them. There will be a sense of chaos as well as a loss in identity before this inner butterfly emerges. Our ego will attempt to reject our new ways of living, attempting to sabotage the process, urging us back to our old ways we know so well. You see, the ego perceives a threat to our identity, and to a degree, there is, not physically, but psychologically, as we ask ourselves that powerful question, who am I? Now, to help this transformation to become more elegant, it is important to work with heart intelligence, and there is science behind this. Scientists at HeartMath Institute have researched the physical heart extensively since 1991. They discovered that the heart has its own source of intelligence. It has its own little brain containing 40,000 neurons. This means there is a two-way communication between the heart and the brain, and that the brain will listen to the heart more so than vice versa. When the brain listens to the heart, there are positive effects felt in our amygdala, our thalamus, and our cortex, which reduces stress levels, improves creativity, as well as our general overall well-being. When we activate our heart intelligence through consciously working with positive emotions such as love, appreciation, or care, our heart rate variability improves, and we feel this physiological coherence within our body. This is a scientifically measurable state characterized by increased order and harmony in our mind, emotions, and body. Heart rate variability is the measure of the beat-to-beat changes in the heart, or the variation in the time interval between heartbeats. Our improved heart rate variability impacts on our autonomic nervous system. That is the control system that acts largely unconsciously and regulates bodily functions, including our ability to control our fight or flight response. By changing our heart rate variability, we reduce the activity of the sympathetic nervous system, which otherwise speeds the heart rate, constricts blood vessels, and stimulates release of stress hormones. And we increase the activity of the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows heart rate and relaxes the body. This now explains some of the science behind the benefits of conscious living practices such as gratitude, appreciation, and kindness. So let us go back to our personal transformational process. How can we practically work with heart intelligence, creating this coherence within our body as we face those difficult changes, allowing the process to be more elegant? Well, there are a number of ways, and to do so requires we bring forth heart-based feelings and focus them inwards towards ourselves. This includes self-forgiveness, self-appreciation, self-compassion, and loving kindness. We cannot have a healthy state of well-being if we hold grudges against ourselves, do not appreciate ourselves, and feel no compassion or kindness towards ourselves. Without these, we become our own enemy, our own saber-toothed tiger. So often we can judge ourselves for our mistakes in the past or the mistakes we make as we try something new. For example, you may be working with becoming less reactive, but you react and say something to someone you regret later. By recognizing these mistakes as teachers, not as a stick to beat ourselves up with, we work with self-forgiveness, giving ourselves that psychological air we need to push through the process of change. Often we can be so busy appreciating others that we forget to appreciate ourselves. When we reflect on our painful experiences, those mistakes we have made, or those challenges we faced, maybe we can appreciate our courage to get through what we had to, and to appreciate what we have become as a result. Through the self-appreciation, our own sense of self-worth and value grows. Now, working with self-compassion is important as we look inwards, recognizing our emotional scars and the perfect imperfection of being human. By feeling warmth, understanding, and care towards ourselves, we are demonstrating self-compassion as we gently face the pain and fears that we've been hiding from. These 3 faithful companions will help you through your transformation. They help you gain a new perspective where you begin to observe from a different place above the reactive state of the ego operating system. Now, exercise 4 in workbook 8 simply asks that you write down 10 things that you appreciate about yourself, and as you do this, to consciously feel this appreciation. You can carry on with this exercise over a period of time where you write down things you appreciate about yourself based on the experiences from that day. And in the next topic, we are going to be exploring loving kindness, where you'll be given the opportunity to perform a loving kindness meditation. As we finish off, I leave you with a wonderful quote by Maya Angelou: "Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give yourself." So I will see you in the next topic, and until then, take care and stay aware.